The man slept alone in camp. I wanted to make sure no one else was there. He snored and left his tent open, not knowing the danger he was in. Large pause silenced me as I entered the camp. My mouth watered at the thought of his tasty flesh. I grabbed his feet and yanked him from the tent. He fell on the ground with a loud thud. In pain and bewilderment, he stared at me. First he thought I was a grizzly, as I do resemble a bear. The large tusk and ram horns on my head spoke of my true nature. He leaped to his feet and tried to escape, but my paw stopped him, tearing off his jaw and a portion of the neck. My muzzle grabbed the wet neck. The crunch and a twist. His body hung lifeless from my mouth. I feasted upon his flesh by the light of the campfire. Bones and blood littered the ground as I left the broken site. My mouth, with his blood still in it, as I sat there and watched the sun rise. I laid on a bed of leaves, naked in the woods. As I gathered my clothing, my mind drifted to the beginning of this curse. I was a curious boy, and the book caught my eye. It was a dusty old thing with yellowed pages inside. I did not know the language, but was drawn to the book. I found one page and tried to read it. The words seemed to glow as unknown words escaped my mouth. Like many young boys, I was bullied in school. I often wished for a hero to come and rescue me. Maybe that is why the page called me. The evil inside enslaved me and trapped me with this curse. The old book burned my hands as I dropped it. Then I smelled fire and burnt wood. I looked around, but saw nothing out of place. No flames or smoke could I find. When I returned, the book was gone, and my fate was sealed. I have yet to see that book again, but the damage is already done. It was my last year of high school, and I was a loner. I walked home that night like I often did, in the dark, with silence as my companion. I heard a far too familiar sound behind me. It was 5 bullies from my school and they enjoyed tormenting me. So I ran. But that night would be different. I fell on my knees, and the smell of fire and burnt wood returned. I would like to say I blacked out, but I did not. I knew every unspeakable act I committed. Another part of this curse. Their angry shouts turned to silence as they watched me. I rose to my feet, but was different. My body had changed. My hands were large and covered in fur. Sharp claws replaced my fingernails. My head felt heavier, and I could feel the night air on my lower teeth. I was stronger, taller, and a lot hungrier. My mouth growled with an all-consuming hunger. I yelled, but the sound was different. It was more of a beast, like an angry animal howling in rage. I jumped and landed on 3 of the 5, my weight driving their skulls into the concrete ground. The other 2 fled, but I caught them. A great paw sliced them both deeply, sending them flying to the ground. They screamed like 2 schoolgirls as I towered over them. The last thing they remembered in their pathetic, short-lived lives was being impaled on my tusk. I feasted for the first time, enjoying my revenge and growing fond of the taste of flesh. If I want to maintain my humanity, I must feed every week, at least on a person. If not, I will become a mindless, unstoppable killing machine. One that bullets, fire, and nothing can harm. I return to my senses and watch the sun rise. I walk on, enjoying the peacefulness of the woods and the quietness of the day, knowing I will soon kill again, stripping an innocent person of their flesh to prolong the transformation into this monster. And I know on that day, the scent of fire and burnt trees will come back to me. Welcome to the Shadowlands. This is the second part of my new series. I do hope you enjoy it. Leave me a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Come back, as I look forward to returning with another tale for you very, very soon.